Ever make a decision based on gut feeling, only to wish you'd had more to go on?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, should I order the pizza or the salad?
Exactly.
But today we're diving into how businesses are ditching the dartboard decision-making and embracing data-driven strategies, all thanks to the world of business intelligence.
That's right, and we're using business intelligence and analytics systems for decision support by Sharda, Dellin, Turbin, and Aronso as our guide.
Okay, so we're talking real-deal business strategy here.
This deep dive is going to take us from basic reporting all the way to the sophisticated world of predictive models, almost like peering into a crystal ball for businesses.
No more flying blind. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's start with the basics. When we talk about data-driven decisions, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Data warehousing, without a doubt. Think of it as a massive library for data, meticulously organized and filled with insights just waiting to be discovered.
Okay.
It's not just about collecting data, it's about having that data readily available to make informed decisions.
Okay, so it's like the Library of Alexandria, but for business data instead of scrolls. So how are businesses actually putting these data warehouses to work?
Take Coca-Cola in Japan.
Okay.
They realized their vending machines were a gold mine of customer data, just waiting to be tapped.
Really?
So they networked their vending machines and built a data warehouse for real-time analysis.
Real-time vending machine data. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
By analyzing the data, Coca-Cola could identify regional preferences.
Okay.
For example, in hotter regions, certain drinks sold more than others.
Makes sense.
Using this data, they implemented targeted product placement and even dynamic pricing, which is unheard of for vending machines.
Wow. So they were able to use that real-time data to understand their customers better and adjust their strategies accordingly. Talk about being agile.
Exactly. It's a prime example of how powerful data can be when used effectively. But it's not just about having a data warehouse. To uncover the true gems hidden within the data, you need data mining.
Data mining. It sounds like we're going on an expedition. What treasures are we digging for?
Think of data mining as the process of sifting through those mountains of data to find patterns, connections, and trends. It's about finding those aha moments that traditional analysis might miss.
Okay.
We use algorithms to analyze massive data sets and uncover hidden patterns, almost like panning for gold. But instead of nuggets, we're looking for insights.
Insights that can hopefully translate into business gold. So instead of pickaxes and shovels, we have algorithms.
Exactly. And those algorithms help us unearth some fascinating insights. Did you know data mining techniques are being used to predict whether a movie will be a blockbuster or a box office flop even before it hits theaters?
Now that's what I call a cliffhanger. How does that even work?
Well, they feed the algorithms a massive amount of data about past films.
Okay.
Everything from the genre and actors to the marketing budget and release date. By looking for patterns in past successes and failures, these algorithms can actually predict a new film's financial success with surprising accuracy.
That's incredible. It's like they've cracked the code of Hollywood.
In a way, yes. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
These data mining techniques are being applied to everything from predicting customer churn to personalizing healthcare treatments.
It's fascinating, but also a bit daunting. I mean, we create so much data these days. Even companies like Whirlpool, I bet, are overwhelmed with customer feedback from all corners of the internet.
You're exactly right. Whirlpool uses text analytics to analyze customer feedback, everything from product reviews on their website to comments on social media.
Oh, wow.
They need a way to listen to those customer whispers, even amidst a cacophony of data.
So how do they do it? How do you even begin to make sense of that much unstructured data?
That's where big data comes in, completely changing the landscape of business intelligence. Think of big data as trying to understand a vast ocean.
Okay.
Traditional data analysis is like dipping in a bucket. You get a small sample, but it doesn't give you the full picture. Big data is about diving in with the right equipment to explore the depths, analyze the currents, and uncover the hidden ecosystems within that massive amount of data.
So instead of a bucket, we need a submarine.
Exactly.
But seriously, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what makes big data so different from, well, just a lot of data?
It's not just about the volume, though that's definitely a factor. It's also the variety. We're talking about data from social media, sensors, emails, transactions,
Right.
structured and unstructured data all mixed together. And then there's the velocity, the speed at which it's generated and needs to be analyzed.
Like drinking from a fire hose, like you said before. No wonder businesses need specialized tools to handle it. You mentioned Hadoop earlier.
Exactly.
Oh,
Hadoop is designed to tame that data deluge. Imagine trying to move a mountain of sand grain by grain. It would take forever. Hadoop is like having a fleet of trucks working in parallel, each carrying a portion of that data so you can process and analyze it much faster.
it's like a symphony of data processing. So we've got the data warehouse, the data mining tools, and now big data solutions like Hadoop. What's next in the world of business intelligence?
That's where things get really interesting. Imagine being able to predict which customers are most likely to buy a certain product or forecast sales trends with pinpoint accuracy.
Okay.
That's the power of predictive analytics.
Predictive analytics. It sounds like something out of Minority Report.
It might sound futuristic, but it's already here. Predictive analytics takes those insights we have uncovered through data mining and uses statistical models to forecast future outcomes.
So it's like looking at past data to get a glimpse into the future of your business.
Precisely. Let's say you're a streaming service like Netflix.
Okay.
They use predictive analytics, specifically a type of data mining called association rule mining,
Right.
to recommend movies and shows you might enjoy.
Right. Those because you watched recommendations. They seem to know my taste better than I do sometimes.
Exactly. It's all based on analyzing viewing patterns of millions of users. They can then use that data to predict what you're most likely to click on next, keeping you glued to your screen.
That's incredible. It sounds like predictive analytics is all about finding those hidden connections that even we might not be aware of.
Exactly. And those connections can be incredibly valuable for businesses. Imagine being able to anticipate customer needs, optimize pricing strategies, or even predict equipment failures before they happen.
It sounds like predictive analytics is the ultimate business advantage. But with all this talk about the power of data, where do you humans fit in?
That's a question a lot of people are asking. While these technologies are incredibly powerful, they're still just tools.
Right.
The real magic happens when humans combine their expertise with these insights to make informed decisions.
So it's not about replacing human judgment. It's about augmenting it with data.
Exactly. Think of it as a partnership between humans and machines. We need people who can ask the right questions, interpret the data, and apply their knowledge to turn those insights into real-world solutions.
It's like the difference between having a map and knowing where you want to go. You need both to truly navigate.
Precisely, and that's where the concept of decision support systems, or DSS, comes in.
Okay, decision support systems, or DSS. Break that down for me.
In simple terms, a DSS is like a digital co-pilot for decision-making. It helps businesses take all that data we've been talking about, from data warehouses to predictive analytics, and turn it into actionable insights that inform real-world decisions.
So it's not just about crunching numbers, it's about providing context and guidance to help humans make better choices.
Absolutely. Think of it this way. Imagine you're a pilot flying a plane. You have all these instruments providing you with data, altitude, speed, air pressure, and so on. But you need to know how to interpret that data and make decisions based on your experience and understanding of the situation. A DSS is like having a co-pilot who can analyze that data, anticipate potential issues, and recommend course corrections to ensure a smooth flight.
I like that analogy. So instead of flying blind, businesses are using DSS to navigate the complexities of the market with more confidence.
Precisely. And like a good co-pilot, a DSS is there to assist, not take over. It's about empowering humans to make smarter decisions, not replacing them altogether.
That's reassuring. So how are these DSS being used in the real world? Can you give me some examples?
Absolutely. The airline industry was one of the early adopters of DSS.
Okay.
They use them for everything from optimizing flight schedules and managing fuel costs to setting ticket prices based on demand and competition.
It's amazing how much data goes into something as seemingly simple as booking a flight.
It's incredible. And the healthcare industry is another great example. Hospitals are using DSS to improve patient care by analyzing medical records, identifying potential risks, and even recommending personalized treatment plans.
So it's not just about business profits, it's about making a real difference in people's lives.
Exactly. And the applications of DSS are constantly expanding as technology advances. From personalized marketing recommendations to fraud detection systems, DSS are becoming essential tools for businesses across every industry.
It sounds like DSS are the bridge between data and action, helping businesses turn those insights into tangible results.
Precisely. They are the key to unlocking the true potential of business intelligence and analytics.
So we've gone from basic data warehousing to sophisticated predictive models, and now these incredible decision support systems. It's clear that the world of business intelligence is constantly evolving.
It absolutely is. And as we delve deeper into this world, it's not just about crunching numbers and building algorithms, it's about understanding the human element, the why behind the data.
Absolutely. And speaking of the why, let's shift gears a bit and talk about a specific area where understanding human behavior is crucial: web analytics.
Okay.
After all, what good is a website if nobody's visiting it, right?
You're spot on. Web analytics is like having X-ray vision into your website's performance, allowing you to see how people are interacting with it, what's capturing their attention, and where they're dropping off. It's about understanding the customer journey on your website.
So if I'm a business owner, why should I care about web analytics?
Imagine you open a brick-and-mortar store, but you have no idea how many people walk in, what they look at, or whether they even find what they're looking for.
Right.
You'd be lost, right?
Yeah.
Web analytics is the equivalent of having cameras and heat maps in your online store showing you exactly how people are behaving.
That makes a lot of sense. But how does it actually work? Is it tracking every click and scroll?
That's the gist of it. One way it works is through cookies, those tiny text files that websites store on your computer. They're not just for remembering items in your shopping cart. They also track your activity on a website. The pages you visit, the links you click, how long you stay on each page.
Okay, so those cookies are like little digital breadcrumbs mapping out the user's journey.
Exactly. And by analyzing these breadcrumbs, businesses can glean a wealth of insights. For example, they can identify which marketing campaigns are driving the most traffic to their site,
Okay.
which pages are the most popular, and where users are encountering roadblocks.
So if I see a lot of people leaving my website from the same page, it's probably a sign that something's wrong with that page.
Right.
Maybe the design is clunky, or the content isn't engaging enough.
Precisely. Web analytics can help you identify those pain points and optimize your website for a smoother, more enjoyable user experience. After all, a happy website visitor is more likely to become a paying customer.
That's a no-brainer. So it's not just about vanity metrics like page views. It's about using those insights to make strategic decisions that improve the bottom line.
Exactly. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Web analytics can also tell you how people are finding your website in the first place.
Oh, okay.
Are they coming from search engines, social media, or directly typing in your URL? This information is pure gold for your marketing strategy.
Because if I'm pouring money into Facebook ads, but most of my traffic is coming from Google searches, maybe it's time to rethink my marketing budget.
Exactly. Web analytics can help you allocate your resources more effectively and ensure that you're reaching your target audience in the right places.
Speaking of reaching the right audience, let's talk about those digital gatekeepers, search engines. I'm always amazed by how quickly they can sift through billions of web pages to deliver relevant results. It's like they have a sixth sense.
It's more like a complex symphony of algorithms and data analysis. Search engines are masters of analytics. They use a combination of techniques to understand user intent, analyze website content, and rank search results based on relevance and authority.
Okay, so break that down for me. How do they determine which websites deserve to be at the top of the search results page?
It all starts with crawling,
Okay.
where automated bots, sometimes called spiders, crawl the web, following links from one page to another, much like you would browse the internet. They essentially build a map of the entire web and its interconnectedness.
So it's like they're creating a massive library catalog of the internet.
Exactly. And once they've crawled a page, they index it. That is, they store the key information from that page in their massive database. Think of it like taking notes on a book so you can easily find it later.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do they decide which pages are the most relevant for a particular search query?
That's where algorithms come into play.
Okay.
Search engines analyze hundreds of factors, but some of the most important ones include the words on the page, the authority of the website, and the user's location and search history.
So if I search for best pizza near me, the search engine will consider factors like the words on different pizzeria websites, the reputation of those websites, and my current location to deliver the most relevant results.
You got it. And it all happens in a fraction of a second. It's truly remarkable when you think about the complexity of what's going on behind the scenes.
It really is. But it's not just about getting people to your website. It's about making sure they have a great experience once they're there.
Right.
And I imagine that's where something like text mining comes in.
Exactly. Remember all that unstructured data we talked about?
Yeah.
Customer reviews, social media posts, emails.
Right.
Text mining is about unlocking the insights hidden within all that text.
Right. It's one thing to collect all that data, but it's another thing entirely to actually make sense of it. How does text mining work?
It's like teaching a computer to read between the lines.
Okay.
Text mining utilizes a blend of techniques, natural language processing, statistical analysis, machine learning,
Right.
to analyze text, extract meaning, and identify patterns.
So instead of just seeing a jumble of words, text mining helps us understand the sentiment, the context, and the intent behind those words.
Exactly. Let's say you're a company like Apple,
Okay.
and you've just released a new iPhone.
Right.
Text mining can analyze thousands of tweets, online reviews, and forum discussions to gauge public opinion.
So instead of just knowing how many people are talking about the new iPhone, you can understand whether they're saying positive or negative things, what features they love, and what issues they're encountering.
Precisely. That's incredibly valuable information for product development, marketing, and customer service. It's like having a real-time focus group at your fingertips, providing direct insights into what your customers are thinking and feeling.
It's like having a superpower for understanding your customers. And speaking of understanding emotions, I've heard a lot about sentiment analysis lately. Is that related to text mining?
It's a key component. Sentiment analysis takes text mining a step further. By specifically focusing on the emotional tone behind the words. Is a customer expressing joy, frustration, or sarcasm in their tweet about your brand?
Right.
Sentiment analysis can tell you.
So it's like having an emotional intelligence tool for your data.
You could say that. Instead of just knowing that someone mentioned your brand on Twitter,
Right.
sentiment analysis can tell you whether that mention was positive, negative, or neutral.
And that kind of information can be incredibly valuable for managing your online reputation.
Absolutely. Imagine you're a restaurant owner.
Okay.
And you suddenly see a surge of negative reviews online.
Oh, no.
Sentiment analysis can help you pinpoint the issue. Maybe it's the slow service, a decline in food quality, or even a competitor spreading false rumors.
That's invaluable information.
Yeah.
It allows you to address the problem head on and mitigate any potential damage to your brand.
Exactly. And it's not just about crisis management. Sentiment analysis can also help you identify positive feedback, understand what your customers love about your brand, and even tailor your marketing messages to resonate with their emotions.
It's like having a direct line to your customers' hearts and minds. Now, speaking of customer engagement, we can't forget about the social media juggernaut. How does social media analytics fit into this whole picture?
Social media analytics is like having a bird's eye view of the social media landscape,
Okay.
allowing you to track conversations, identify influencers, understand customer sentiment, and measure the impact of your social media efforts.
So it's about making sense of all the noise on social media and extracting valuable insights.
Precisely. With billions of people active on social media,
Right.
it's a goldmine of data. Social media analytics helps businesses navigate this landscape by tracking brand mentions, analyzing hashtag usage, identifying trending topics, and measuring the reach and engagement of their social media campaigns.
It's like having a digital finger on the pulse of your target audience.
Exactly. Imagine you're a clothing brand launching a new line of athleisure wear.
Okay.
Social media analytics can help you identify key influencers in the fitness community, track the conversations happening around your brand and competitors, and even measure the effectiveness of your social media advertising campaigns.
So it's not just about posting pretty pictures on Instagram. It's about using data to make strategic decisions about your social media presence.
Absolutely. Social media analytics provides the insights you need to optimize your content, target your audience effectively, and maximize your return on investment.
It sounds like social media analytics is a must-have tool for any business that wants to thrive in today's digital world. But it's not just about desktops and laptops anymore, is it? How is mobile analytics changing the game?
You're right. The way people interact with information and brands has changed dramatically with the rise of smartphones.
Right.
Mobile analytics is crucial for understanding how people behave on their mobile devices, from browsing habits and app usage to location-based activities and in-app purchases.
So it's like web analytics, but with a mobile-first approach.
Precisely. Mobile analytics digs deep into user experience on mobile platforms.
No way.
It can tell you things like which app features are most popular, where users are dropping off in the user flow, and how effective your push notifications are.
It's about making sure that those tiny screens are delivering big results.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. Mobile analytics can also provide valuable insights into offline behavior. For example, it can tell you whether someone who saw your mobile ad for a coffee shop ended up actually visiting that shop.
Ooh, That's powerful. It's like bridging the gap between the digital and physical worlds.
Exactly. And this ability to track offline conversions is a game changer for businesses looking to measure the real-world impact of their mobile marketing efforts.
Mobile analytics is definitely changing the game, that's for sure. But while we're on the topic of location, I have to ask about location intelligence. It seems like knowing where is becoming just as important as knowing who in the world of data.
Absolutely. Location intelligence, or LI, is all about adding a geographical dimension to data. It's not just about knowing where your customers are, it's about understanding how that location impacts their behavior, preferences, and needs.
So it's about understanding the where of your customers and how that influences their interactions with your business.
Hmm.
Can you give me an example?
Imagine you're a coffee shop chain.
Okay.
Location intelligence can help you analyze foot traffic patterns in different neighborhoods, demographics of the local population, even the proximity to competitor stores.
And that data can help you make smarter decisions about where to open new stores, what products to offer, and how to target your marketing efforts.
Exactly. Or take ride-sharing services like Uber or Lyft.
Right.
They use location intelligence in real time to match riders with drivers, optimize routes, and even adjust pricing based on demand and traffic patterns.
It's amazing how much location data we generate every day without even realizing it. Our phones are like little tracking devices.
They are. And that data is a goldmine for businesses when used ethically and effectively. For example, retailers are using location intelligence to send personalized offers to customers when they're near a store, and restaurants are using it to predict wait times and optimize delivery routes.
It's about being in the right place at the right time, digitally speaking.
Exactly. And to make sense of all that location data, businesses often turn to geographic information systems, or GIS.
Okay, GIS, that sounds familiar. Refresh my memory.
Think of GIS as a super-powered map. It's not just about visualizing geographical data, it's about analyzing it, layering it with other data sets, and uncovering patterns and trends that would be invisible on a traditional map.
So it's like taking a flat, two-dimensional map and transforming it into a dynamic, multi-layered representation of the world.
Exactly. For example, a city planner could use GIS to overlay layers of data about population density, traffic patterns, school locations, and crime rates to identify areas in need of improvement or to make informed decisions about future development projects.
It's like having a digital command center for understanding the complexities of a city.
Precisely. And GIS is being used in countless other ways, from tracking the spread of diseases and managing natural disasters to optimizing agricultural production and predicting real estate trends.
Wow.
GIS is changing the way we understand and interact with our world.
It sounds like GIS is all about bringing data to life through maps and visualizations.
Exactly. It's about making sense of the where in a way that's intuitive, engaging, and actionable.
And speaking of action, one application of location intelligence that always fascinates me is real-time location systems, or RTLS. It sounds like something out of a spy movie.
It kind of is. Imagine being able to track the location of any asset, a piece of equipment, a delivery truck, even a person in real time. That's the power of RTLS.
So it's like having GPS tracking on everything.
Precisely. And the applications are endless. In hospitals, they use RTLS to track medical equipment, ensuring that critical devices are always accounted for and easily located in emergencies.
Talk about a lifesaver. It's incredible how technology is changing the healthcare landscape.
It is. And in warehouses and logistics,
Yeah.
RTLS is used to track inventory in real time, optimize storage space, and streamline the picking and packing process.
It's all about efficiency and making those supply chains run like well-oiled machines.
Exactly. And in the retail world, RTLS can be used to track customer movement within a store, understand shopping patterns, and even personalize the shopping experience by sending targeted offers and promotions to shoppers' smartphones.
Now, that's what I call targeted marketing. But with all this talk about tracking and data collection, it's hard not to think about the potential downsides. What about privacy concerns?
That's an incredibly important consideration. As we become increasingly reliant on these powerful technologies,
Right.
it's crucial to be mindful of data privacy and security.
Right.
Transparency is key. Businesses need to be upfront with customers about what data they're collecting, how they're using it, and what measures they're taking to protect that data.
So it's not just about having access to all this data. It's about using it responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. Data privacy is paramount. And it's not just a business concern, it's a societal one. We need to have open and honest conversations about the trade-offs between convenience and privacy in this data-driven age.
I couldn't agree more. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but I'm glad we're at least having the conversation.
Me too. And I think it's important to remember that technology is just a tool. It's up to us as humans to use it wisely and ensure that it's used for good.
That's a great point to keep in mind. It's like we've opened Pandora's box of data and there's no turning back. We've gone from spreadsheets to systems that can predict a movie's success before it even hits theaters.
It's a brave new world of data, that's for sure. And as we've seen, it's touching every aspect of our lives. From the way we shop and eat to the way we receive healthcare and even get around town.
It's truly remarkable, but as we've discussed, with this incredible power of data comes a tremendous responsibility.
Absolutely. As we become increasingly reliant on data-driven decisions, it's crucial to ensure that we're not losing sight of the human element.
What do you mean by that?
Data can tell us what is happening, but it can't always tell us why. It can show us patterns and correlations, but it can't always explain the nuances of human behavior, the emotional drivers behind our decisions.
So it's about finding that balance between data and intuition, between logic and empathy.
Exactly. The most effective decisions are often those that blend the power of data with the wisdom of human experience.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like the difference between having a GPS tell you the fastest route and knowing from experience that a particular road is prone to traffic jams during rush hour.
Precisely. Data can provide valuable insights, but it's up to us as humans to interpret those insights, weigh the options, and make decisions that align with our values and goals.
So it's not about letting the data make decisions for us. It's about using data to empower us to make better decisions.
Exactly, and that requires a certain level of data literacy across all levels of an organization, not just in the IT department.
Data literacy, what exactly does that mean?
It's the ability to understand, interpret, and communicate data effectively. It's about being able to read a chart, spot a trend, and draw meaningful conclusions from data.
So it's like being fluent in the language of data.
Precisely. And just like any language, data literacy takes time and effort to develop. But in today's data-driven world, it's becoming increasingly essential for success in almost every field.
So whether you're CEO, a marketer, a salesperson, or even a student, having a basic understanding of data can give you a significant advantage.
Absolutely. It allows you to ask the right questions, make informed decisions, and navigate the complexities of our data-rich world with confidence.
It sounds like data literacy is not just a skill, it's a way of thinking, a way of approaching problems and making decisions.
I couldn't agree more. It's about embracing curiosity, asking why, and never taking data at face value.
And as we conclude our deep dive into the world of business intelligence and analytics, that's a powerful message to leave our listeners with. Embrace curiosity, ask why, and never stop learning.
Well said. Because the world of data is constantly evolving, and the more we understand it, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through the ever-evolving landscape of business intelligence and analytics. It's been a fascinating exploration of how data is transforming the way we live, work, and make decisions.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We hope this deep dive has inspired you to embrace the power of data and use it to make smarter decisions in your own lives and careers. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep into the world of data.